Elton, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And a momentous day on your career, really,
Yeah.
after 50 years. How difficult was it for you to make that decision, to make this your final tour?
It wasn't difficult. It was made in 2015 when David and I were discussing our boys. And about, years ago, I said to David, I'll be working to like Ray Charles, B.B. King. I'll probably die on stage. And then, of course, the children came along and changed our lives. And I wanted to take fatherhood seriously. And when they were small, we took them everywhere with us. And then they start school, and then you can't take them out of school. And it's all about half terms and holidays. So the germ of the idea was really made in 2015, and the fruition is today in January 2018. And we thought about it hard, and we planned this extravaganza, and because I wanted to announce it in an elegant, fantastic way, because I've had such a great career. I wanted it to go with a big bang and a really classy thing. And then I have this wonderful tour ahead of me where I'm going around the world to play to all my brilliant loyal fans. And I want it to be happy, jubilant, spectacular, and just to remind them that, I was here, and now I'm not. I'm not going to be going anywhere other than staying in England for a long, long time.
Which we're very happy about,
obviously. Yeah, well, I'm happy too, because by the time I finish, the boys will be 8 and 10, and they're coming on the tour for a part of it. They're going to come out of school, and we're going to take a tutor on the road to probably Australia and the Far East, really interesting places for them to see. And so it was an easy decision. It wasn't, it's not based on health. It's not based on dwindling record sales. It's not based on anything other than the fact that I've worked as a musician since I've been 17. I've had the most fantastic, lucky career. I've enjoyed every single minute of playing live. There have been moments in my career where there have been dark times, but they've been self-induced. And my life is so wonderful now. And, 10 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting here saying this, but now with the boys, it's time. And I want to bow out in a big way and a great way.
Now, you were very sprightly for 70, it has to be said. Saw you on stage earlier. You've obviously still got it. So how difficult, I guess, is that for you to make the transition? I guess you're still going to be making music in the UK.
I'm going to be recording a lot. Yeah, I'm going to be recording and writing, probably more musicals. I've got one musical written, another one I'm just starting to write.
That's exciting.
So, yeah, I'll still be creative. I'll still do radio shows. I'll still be probably having my management company. I just won't be gallivanting around the world. And, I do a couple of hundred flights a year normally. And that's as you get older, that takes it out of you. And I just miss home and I miss them. And that's the basic. There's no other point to this than saying, I just want to be with those boys.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, last year, though, you did have a scare. It was quite a difficult situation in May because you ended up in intensive care, and it was a potentially.
I was very unlucky.
Situation.
I got a clean bill of health in March, just after my birthday. I went to South America, had a wonderful tour with James Taylor. Came back from Chile, felt bad on the plane. Got home on a Tuesday night. I was in intensive care on Thursday and stayed there for 2 days. I was very, very close to death. I didn't know that, but and I was very fortunate. I had a great team of doctors, and it took me 7 weeks to get back to normal after that.
And does
I
that
had tubes coming out of and that is a wake-up call as well. That puts it in your mind. We'd already thought of this, and I thought, this is just someone telling me that it is about time. But then I recovered, and I did the summer dates and the winter dates, and back in Vegas. I did 96 shows last year, even though I was sick for 7 weeks. It's just, you think about your mortality, and you think, God, I want to spend more time with the boys, and this just reaffirms what I've been thinking.
A real moment of reevaluation.
Yeah, of course. You think you're completely and utterly, solid, and nothing's going to stop me, and then something like that, which was extremely unlucky, but just gives you, and things happen for a reason, and I thought, well, we made this decision to come off the road, and this has reinforced it.
Now, it's been an emotional few months for you. Condolences on
Thank
the
you.
loss of your mother, Sheila, late last year. I guess if there's any positive to come out of it for you, it is the fact that you were able to reconcile before.
We reconciled in 2016, and it was a nice reconciliation. I'm not going to go into detail because it's a private family matter, but I'm glad and she wasn't talking to her sister, and in the end, everyone was talking to each other. And I saw her a week before she died, and I thought, God, she's pretty feisty. She's going to last for a few months. And a week later, she was dead, and it really shook me, actually. And we had a beautiful private ceremony for her in the chapel at Woodside, where her grandmother in that building died. My grandmother, her mother died, where my grandmother's ashes are scattered. And it was just family. And then there was a cremation the next day. And I wanted to just have a private ceremony, and it was a beautiful religious ceremony, and I sang, and I did a eulogy, and it was just a lovely farewell. And it was lovely that we did reconcile, because otherwise, life's too short.
Absolutely. Now, on to much happier news.
Yeah.
The whole world has been talking about the engagement of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Obviously, a boy who has now become a man, and someone who you have remained involved with. You featured in his documentary for Princess Diana last year. How happy were you to see him make that bold, big decision to settle down?
Well, I spent some time with him at Google Camp in Sicily last summer, and I could tell that he was totally in love. And he didn't really discuss much personally, but I could, he said, I'm in love. And I thought, good for you. And both those boys seem to have been, to be ecstatically happy. And that's all you want people to be, no matter who they are. When people get married, you want it to last. They want them to be happy. I'm happy for him. I hope they have a wonderful day.
A performance slot at the wedding?
I don't know. It doesn't happen. I haven't even been, no one's been asked. I'm playing in Vegas, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Are you going to try and go?
I haven't been asked, so I don't know.
I don't think anyone's been invited yet.
No.
So maybe that will come.
It would be nice, because I love him very dearly.
Yeah.
We're working very, very closely on AIDS projects with him. And because both of those boys are very special to me because of their mother. It would be, he's a good boy. His heart's in the right place. And all you want is for people to be happy.
Now, you have put together an amazing virtual reality experience for this tour, which we got to see earlier today. And one of the really poignant moments, actually, it made me quite emotional seeing it. So I can only imagine for you, is when you go up in the rocket in the sky, Rocket Man in the sky, and see some of those people who have been a part of your life who are no longer with us. George Michael, of course, and then you with Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, last year, the 20th anniversary of her death, there was perhaps an outpouring of emotion again in Britain that maybe surprised some people, but presumably not you.
Not really. I mean, she was just loved by people because she was. She had that great ability which her son, Prince Harry, has inherited, where she could walk into a room of people and make them feel at ease as if she'd known them all her life, or all their life. And that's an incredible talent to have. I very rarely do you see people with that talent to make people feel at ease when you have an aura about you. So no, it didn't surprise me. It sold a lot of newspapers. It gave a lot of people in television a chance to make documentaries. She was very much loved. I mean, she's a controversial figure in some respects, but not to me. I loved her because she did so much for AIDS, and she was a great friend to me. We had our fallings out, but we reconciled as well at the end. And then, it was an extraordinary summer. Gianni Versace was murdered, and then Diana rang me up and we reconciled. And 6 weeks later, I'm in the same house, and she's dead. It was an extraordinary and mesmerizing summer. I mean, just couldn't believe what was going on. But she would be proud of her boys, and they're doing a great job, and I'm proud of them too.
And your single obviously remains the #1 selling of all time. Now, Elton, you're coming to the UK later this year. Tickets not on sale yet, but they will be as part of the tour. So
Yeah.
I guess look out for that, and we will.
Well, I won't
keep
be
everyone
playing,
posted.
and I don't think I'm playing UK till 2019. I don't know. I just know I start in Pennsylvania in September. That's all I'm thinking about right now. And already the set list has been chosen because you have to build the set and everything like that. So, a lot goes into this. It's not just thrown together. But I will be looking forward to playing in it, of course.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this
you.
morning.